Jimmy Butler is about to face the Miami Heat for the first time since the trade that sent him to the Golden State Warriors. And to the surprise of many, he made a statement that caught fans off guard. It's nothing personal, it's just another game. But does he truly believe that? Or is there something deeper behind those words? The truth might be far more intriguing than it seems, and there's a detail about his departure from Miami that could completely change the way this trade is viewed. Before we dive into this story, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Here, you'll find in-depth analysis, NBA behind-the-scenes stories, and, of course, everything about the Warriors, the Heat, and Jimmy Butler's journey. So, don't miss out. Now, let's get straight to the point. Butler spent over 5 seasons with the Miami Heat and became one of the most iconic figures on the team. During that time, he led the team to 2 NBA Finals in 2020 and 2023. These were memorable runs, filled with crucial moments, but they ended without the coveted title. Frustration grew year after year, both for Butler and the fans, and the relationship between him and the franchise began to sour. What few imagined was that this breakup would happen so quickly. It all started with a series of suspensions handed out by the Heat to the player, citing conduct detrimental to the team. The behind-the-scenes details of this situation remain murky, but the result was clear. The relationship between Butler and the team became unsustainable. The trade that sent him to the Warriors in February was a turning point. He signed a 2-year contract extension worth $121 million, but was money the only factor in the decision? In his first interview after the trade, Butler went straight to the point. The environment in Miami was no longer healthy for me. I was suspended several times, which shook my confidence and my relationship with the team. I needed something new, something that would motivate me again, he stated. He assured that it wasn't a problem with the city or the fans, but rather with the management and the internal dynamics of the team. Now, as he's about to face his former team, he says it will be just another game. But does he really feel that way? Any player returning to face a former team carries extra emotional weight, especially when the departure wasn't the friendliest. Since Butler joined the Warriors, the team has had an impressive record of 16 wins and only 4 losses. The team gained a new breath of life, and his presence has further elevated their competitive level. Meanwhile, the Heat has entered a rough patch, accumulating a 10-game losing streak and winning only 4 of their last 21 games. The performance gap between the two teams since the trade is striking, and this factor could greatly influence the outcome of Tuesday's matchup. But one of the biggest unknowns of the night will be the reception from the Heat fans. Butler was idolized by many fans during his time with the team, but now he wears the rival's jersey. How will the crowd at the Kaseya Center react when they see their former star on the court for the opposing team? When asked about it, Butler didn't hesitate. That doesn't matter to me. I'm focused on the present and the future with the Warriors. But we know that the relationship with the fans is one of the factors that most affect players. Will he be able to completely ignore that atmosphere? The curious thing is that since his arrival in Golden State, Butler has been warmly welcomed by Warriors fans. He quickly became a key player on the team, bringing a new energy and elevating the team's competitive level. His winning mentality has fit perfectly into the Warriors' playing style, and he is already seen as an essential leader in the quest for another championship. While Butler shines in his new team, the Heat is struggling without him. The team has failed to fill the void left by their former star, and the decline in performance is beginning to worry the fans. Many are starting to wonder if letting go of Butler was a hasty decision. What seemed like a planned strategy may have left the team in a precarious situation, and the season could become even more complicated if the performance doesn't improve. Amid all this, Butler makes it clear that his only concern now is the Golden State Warriors. I don't think about the Heat anymore, the trade, or what happened. My focus is on winning, and that's all that matters now. I'm here to win and help the Warriors win another title, said the player. Now let's talk about a rumor that could completely change the future of the Golden State Warriors. Reliable sources indicate that the franchise is interested in signing Michael Porter Jr., one of the standout players for the Denver Nuggets. And to make it happen, the Warriors may be willing to trade Kevon Looney in a deal that could shake up the NBA. Porter Jr. is a talented forward standing at 6'10", who has been impressive with the Nuggets. He has established himself as an important offensive weapon for the team, averaging 18.3 points, 7 rebounds, and 2.5 three-pointers per game this season. Additionally, his efficiency is remarkable, 54% shooting from the field and 40% from beyond the arc. Although he hasn't yet reached the superstar status many expected, Porter Jr. is considered one of the most consistent players in the league and a dangerous offensive threat. For the Warriors, the possibility of adding a young and talented player like Porter Jr. could be crucial for the long-term success of the franchise. His arrival would not only have an immediate impact on the team's scoring, but would also open up new tactical possibilities and strengthen the defensive game. If this trade happens, the Golden State Warriors could be taking a big step toward the future. Michael Porter Jr. is the type of player who could perfectly complement the team's system, especially considering his ability to space the floor with his lethal long-range shooting. With Stephen Curry and Butler already being constant offensive threats, adding a versatile forward like Porter Jr. could give the team a new offensive dimension. However, for this move to materialize, the Warriors would have to part with something valuable. Kevon Looney has been one of the most underrated players on the roster. He may not be a star in terms of statistics, but his impact in the paint, his defense, and his playoff experience have been crucial to the team's recent championships. Would it be too big of a risk for Golden State to trade a reliable player like Looney for someone who, although very talented, still struggles with injury issues and inconsistency? If we look at the current NBA landscape, we see that teams wanting to stay at the top need to make bold decisions. In recent years, we've seen examples of teams that took risks in trades and came out ahead, while others made moves that hurt their championship chances. The Warriors, who are always among the title favorites, need to decide if it's worth giving up the security that Looney provides to bet on Porter Jr.'s potential. Moreover, the tactical fit must also be considered. The Warriors' game is based on constant movement, floor spacing, and a highly dynamic offensive system. Would Porter Jr. fit well into this style? Would he have the patience to play within the team's collective scheme? Another factor weighing on this equation is Porter Jr. His contract. The forward has a long and expensive deal with the Denver Nuggets, meaning the Warriors would need to commit financially to him for a long time. This could limit the franchise's flexibility for future moves. But what about the Nuggets? Would they be willing to part with Porter Jr. at this moment? The Denver team knows they have a superstar in Nikola Jokic and want to continue building a competitive roster around him. If they feel Porter Jr. is not the best piece for that plan, they might consider the trade. Either way, this potential deal is still in the early stages, and a lot can happen before a final decision is made. As the Warriors assess this possibility, one thing is certain: the team is not content with just competing. They want to win now and ensure they continue fighting for championships in the years to come. With the issues surrounding the trade of Porter Jr. still unresolved, it is interesting to look at the immediate future of the Golden State Warriors. Even though the team is evaluating reinforcement options, there is no doubt that the team has a solid foundation with its current players. Stephen Curry continues to be one of the league's greatest offensive weapons, and his ability to impact the game in unexpected ways makes him an indispensable presence. Alongside him, Butler has proven to be the perfect complement, bringing a winning mentality that has further elevated the competitive level of the Warriors. However, like any great team, the Warriors have their challenges. What we've seen in recent seasons is that to stay on top, it is necessary to constantly assess the roster and ensure that the team has the necessary depth to face the various adversities that arise throughout the season. If the Porter Jr. trade comes to fruition, the offensive and defensive versatility he would bring might be exactly what the team needs to dominate the Western Conference even more. What was once one of the greatest forces in the NBA, the Warriors, still faces a problem: the aging of some of their key players and the pressure to maintain the consistency of a championship team. Curry and other veterans on the team, such as Draymond Green, continue to be important pillars, but the window of success for the team will not be eternal. For this reason, acquiring a young player like Porter Jr. could represent more than just reinforcement for the next season. It could be a way to ensure that the Warriors have a smooth transition when their stars are closer to the end of their careers. Not to mention that, with roster depth becoming increasingly important in modern NBA, a player like Porter Jr. could have a significant impact not only in offensive plays, but also in balancing the team. It is worth highlighting that the Warriors' situation in the Western Conference is becoming more and more difficult. Although the team has solidified itself as one of the league's powers, rivals are getting stronger, and the competition has been intensifying every season. The arrival of new talents and the growth of teams like the Denver Nuggets, who already have a well-performing Jokic, represent a significant challenge for Curry's team. Therefore, the Golden State Warriors cannot afford to simply wait and hope for an opportunity to fall from the sky. Behind-the-scenes moves, such as this potential trade for Porter Jr., could be the key to ensuring that the team remains competitive not just next season, but for years to come. The window for the title is slowly closing for some of the team's players, and now is the time to ensure the team stays strong to win another championship. But at the same time, there is a dilemma. For many, the team is already more than complete. The arrival of Butler brought a new energy and intensity, and the team now seems more aligned with its goal of fighting for the title. But will the trade for Porter Jr. just complicate things? Does the team already have enough pieces to compete at the highest level, or is there a real need for another reinforcement? In terms of performance, we cannot ignore that the team is already in an extremely advantageous phase. Butler's playing style is highly competitive, and his focus on victories has been crucial to the team's performance, not to mention his presence in the locker room and the impact he has had in motivating the other players. The Warriors team already seems to have achieved a formidable balance, and adding another piece could be both an opportunity and a risk. But for the longevity of the team, will the trade for Porter Jr. be the right move? That is the big question. If the goal is to remain competitive in the future, keeping financial and roster flexibility for new reinforcements, then perhaps this trade is indeed the smartest step. However, if the focus is to maintain the team chemistry and ensure the current unit remains intact, perhaps the best option is to reinforce the existing foundation. The near future will involve bold decisions for the Warriors. The team has the resources and pieces to be champions again, but it all depends on how these negotiations unfold. In the meantime, the battle for this year's title remains a clear objective, and every decision made in the offseason will be crucial in determining the next era of the franchise. As the Warriors prepare for the challenges of the season, the story of Jimmy Butler and his trade from the Miami Heat remains one of the most exciting and dramatic in the NBA. The clash with his former team promises to be electrifying, and fans of both teams will be eager to see how he performs in his new home. The tension at the Kaseya Center will be palpable, and the reception from Miami fans will surely be one of the highlights of the game. Kai Sotto returned to the court in an impressive fashion, reaffirming his status as one of the brightest rising talents in Asian basketball. His most recent performance against Kyoto was a clear demonstration of his continuous development as a player, recording 20 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. These numbers are not only significant in terms of statistics, but also reflect the evolution of an athlete who, with each game, is becoming more complete. Right from the beginning of the game, it was evident that Kai was ready to shine. He dominated the paint with an impressive combination of height, agility, and technical skills. His moves left the opposing defenders puzzled, as they couldn't find solutions for his physical presence. His mid-range shots were extremely accurate, highlighting the hard work he has dedicated to improving his skills. Additionally, his court vision was crucial in key moments, as he managed to dish out assists and connect with his teammates in plays that changed the rhythm of the game. As the game neared its most tense moments, Kai positioned himself as his team's leader. In one of the most memorable plays of the third quarter, he faked out 2 defenders, made an important basket, and then converted the free throw after being fouled. This type of play not only got the crowd excited, but also showcased his ability to step up in pressure situations, something vital for any player aspiring to make it to the NBA. For Kai's fans, there are many reasons for optimism. He is about to reach significant milestones in his B-League career, with 76 points away from reaching 1,000 points in the league. This is an accomplishment that will place him in an elite group of players known for their offensive consistency. And this is just the beginning. Kai has already surpassed the 500 rebound mark, solidifying his dominance in the paint, both defensively and offensively. He not only protects the area in an imposing manner, but also creates new opportunities for his team, providing second-chance scoring. To top it off, he is just 4 assists shy of hitting the 100-assist mark in the B-League, which highlights his ability to involve his teammates and create strategic plays. These numbers are proof that Kai's impact on the court is real. His combination of physical strength, technical ability, and tactical intelligence positions him as one of the most well-rounded players in the league. Every point, rebound, and assist is a step toward something even greater, the realization of his dream of reaching the NBA. Kai's consistency does not go unnoticed. Basketball experts and analysts already consider him a player capable of transforming the competitive level of the B-League. Comparisons with great centers from the past are starting to arise, and many see in Kai the potential to leave a legacy in international basketball. For Kai, it's not just about winning games. He is determined to leave his mark, and that mindset is evident in every game. His ability to lead in crucial moments and the way he captivates the crowd with his spectacular plays are proof that he has what it takes to stand out in any environment. And when thinking about Kai Sotto's future, an inevitable question arises. Which NBA team would benefit most from his arrival? For many, the answer is clear: the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors' fan base, known for its passion and loyalty, has already started a social media campaign calling for the signing of Kai. The Warriors have been one of the most successful teams in the NBA in recent years, but their dynamic playing style, which revolves around long-range shooting and constant movement, lacks a dominant physical presence in the paint, someone who can protect the rim, grab rebounds, and balance the team. Kai Sotto is exactly the type of player who could fill that gap. With his imposing height and sharp court vision, Kai would be a strategic addition to the Warriors. His international experience, having played in several high-level competitions, would be a valuable asset to a franchise looking to stay competitive while rebuilding. Signing Kai would represent a low-risk, high-potential move, considering his impact on both ends of the court. His mid-range shooting, combined with his ability to finish around the rim, would make him a perfect complement to the team's stars. Kai also has the mentality necessary to thrive in a high-level environment like the NBA. He has shown that he knows how to handle pressure, and his determination to keep evolving is a trait that distinguishes great players from good ones. Warriors fans are already excited about the idea of Kai joining the team. They know that players with Kai's skill set and potential are rare. For many, he is exactly what the team needs to get back to the top of the NBA. So what do you think about all this? Do you believe the addition of Butler is the decisive move for the Warriors to win the title? Or do you think the team needs more? Leave your opinion in the comments because we love to hear what you think. And of course, don't forget to give a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates on the Warriors and much more. Let's go on this journey to the playoffs together. See you in the next video.